So lately I've been watching all of this content where people are doing things blindfolded, and I think I'm really into that.
Why?
So that's what I'm trying in this video, and I'm going to be picking up all my colors for the project blindfolded. Now, I did post a poll on my Instagram about when I do pick these colors, what do you want me to make with it? And actually there were literally two options that you guys chose: a vase, and the runner-up was a bowl. So as a compromise, the main project is going to be a vase, and then we're going to do a little bowl, a secondary project on the side, but you'll see. But before we do any of that, we are going to get blindfolded and we are going to pick colors. So I have my pigments in these boxes, usually how I store them, and this one here is pastes, so they're kind of like liquid pastes. And then I have this box, which is mica powders. So I know it's a mess, guys, but that's life. So, and then I have this one, this little box, which is kind of a mix. There are some little pastes, some mica powders, there's even some glitters. This is my all sorts box. Now, ideally in a project, what I want is to have a base pigment, a mica, a tint, and a glitter. And ideally, I do want one monochromatic color, so I do want a white or a black. But honestly, this is blindfolded, so I have no idea what I'm going to end up with. We might just get all pastes, we might get all micas, we might get really random colors here.
I mean, isn't that the whole point of this?
And we have to work with it, so we'll figure it out. So I guess without further ado, it's time to get blindfolded. So before I get my blindfold on, I do want to wear gloves because these pigments are used with resin, and I'm pretty sure there's some leaky, sticky situations going on in there. And while I'm like rambling through colors, I do not want to get that on my hands. So I think it's a good idea to have gloves on. And here we go. I'm a bit nervous. Okay, here we go. Okay. You know, the weird thing is that I'm filming this by myself, so if something goes horribly wrong, or if I end up knocking over these boxes, or if I'm reaching out for something that I shouldn't be, there's literally no one to prompt me and stop me. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Okay, so I'm just starting with the first box here, which is the all sorts box. So I'm just gonna, how many should I pick? I think let's pick 4 colors. I think that's a good amount. That's usually what I would probably do if I was doing a vase. So yeah, okay. So here goes. Okay, I think I'm going with this. And there's not much in here. Hopefully there's enough for me to do this project. It's giving me green vibes, but obviously you guys can see what it is. I obviously cannot.
Duh.
Okay, we will stick with this and let's go to the next box. Okay, I'm gonna put this to the side somewhere. Okay, next box. So what was this one? I think this one was the micas. Okay, I want to go for this powder. It looks like it's quite full. I haven't used it a lot, so that's not a good sign. Oh my god. Okay, this one is giving me gray vibes. Oh my god, what have I gotten myself into? Okay, so that's that. All right, gonna set that down somewhere. Yeah, okay. All right, gonna put this box to the side. Okay, that box hasn't fallen off, so hopefully it's in a good place. Last box. So So these are the pastes. So these are all liquid things. I'm trying to like reach down at the bottom. Okay, I want to go for this one. I don't even know what is the right side up. And I think I did get into some wet stuff because I feel like my gloves are wet. Okay, so this one, I'm thinking blue. Yeah, don't know. I'm thinking blue. So what did I guess? I guessed gray, green, and blue, which means I don't have any white or black as I wanted. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside somewhere. Okay, that's down. Now I do want 4 colors, so I'm thinking, and because I didn't get any tints, I'm thinking I'm gonna go through these liquid ones one more time, and then I can play around with the opacity to make it light or dark and get like a tinty, transparency color. So another time. Okay, I'm going for this. And this I can already guess. I think this is one of the colorberry colors because it you know, it's the bottle, which is such, but then again, I have so many of them. So I don't know which one is this. I want to guess pink. Okay, so let me put this down. Okay, yeah, okay. I haven't spilled or dropped anything so far, which is a good sign. Are my gloves dirty? I feel like they are. I feel like this one's a bit wet. Okay, anyway, so my guesses are green, gray, blue, pink. And if that's the case, I mean, it's not too bad, you know, it'll be fine. But is that really the case? So I'm gonna take these off and I'm gonna see what I actually have. And I'm so nervous. Okay, could you imagine if I got all 4 correctly? That would be creepy. You guys wouldn't believe me that I couldn't see anything then. Okay, here goes. Wow, it is bright in here. Okay, I'm gonna give my eyes just a second. So let me put this box aside. Okay, I just saw them. Okay, so this one was the first one that I picked, which is a black. Love that. That's a good sign. Okay. That's a good sign. There's not much in there, but that's fine. And then the next one I picked was it the micas? Or was it it was the micas, yeah. And I picked up Carrot Aqua. This is a color by Colorberry. And yeah, I really like that color. I don't know why I haven't used much of it. Okay, so far black and blue works. And then the next one I picked was this, I believe, which is pink, kind of pink, dusky pink. Guys, did I not guess that? I think I guessed that right. I so guessed that right. I'm gonna have to look back at the footage, but I think I said this was pink. And the last one that I picked, which is quite sticky, is Color Obsession. And this is also, I can't even read the name, you guys, but basically it's a pinky color as well. Okay, so we have black, blue, and 2 shades of pink. So I think we can work with that. Okay, so that was fun, you guys. And I think we haven't got too bad of a deal. I think it might turn out to be quite cool. So now moving on to the vase. So I'm using this IKEA vase. These, I picked up a bunch of these, and these are really cheap, obviously, and they are so fun to pour resin on. And because you guys also voted for a bowl, what I'm gonna do is pour over this vase like that and catch the drips in the bowl, and then that way we have both. But obviously I'm focusing on the vase, and whatever we get in the bowl is just an added bonus. So, but before we move on to any resin, I need to prime this. So I'm going to spray paint a primer onto this just so then I have something for the resin to adhere on. So if you're ever pouring on glass, make sure you do that. Use like an all surface primer. And so that's what I'm gonna do. And then next you will see me pouring resin. Let's get to it. So that's me priming the vase, and I did do 2 coats. And once that's dry, I'm ready to mix up some epoxy, and I'm using my Jade Addiction Officials resin, links in the description below, and I've got my colors mixed. So this is the Carrot Blue, I believe, from Colorberry. This is also the Colorberry Dusky Pink. That one's the black, and that one is the Color Obsession, which I can't name the color because I can't read it. So those are our colors. I'm placing down my ball mold. I absolutely love this ball mold. I cannot for the life of me remember where it's from. I want to say somewhere random, like some random place online. It could even be like Shein or Temu or something like that, but I love it. Okay, the plan is that there's no plan, to be honest.
What could possibly go wrong?
My intentions here is to literally pour colors down the vase and let the colors and the resin do their own thing and get in there and mix and, you know, just do whatever they want to do, and hopefully we'll end up with something abstract, something flowy and beautiful. But before I start adding all the colors, I do want to rub a base color onto the vase because resin likes to flow where resin has already been, which is a random statement. But what basically I mean is that if I give this a nice little layer of resin, now when I start to pour on top of it, it will have a better surface to actually pour freely over. So that's what I've done. I've just taken one color, any random color. So in this case, I chose the pink, and that's what I've done. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to start pouring some colors. So this is super satisfying, you guys. I have done a vase before previously, and go check that out. That was completely different colors, and that was not chosen blindfolded, but nonetheless, go check that video out. But here and now, I am just trying to get these color over the edges, get them flowing. I will show you this from the other angles as well, and you know, I'm not too fussed how this goes. It can kind of do its own thing, except the only thing I'm conscious of is I'm going a little light on the black. I don't want the black to be overpowering. I just want it to be like an accent color, just to sort of add a bit of detail, but I do want the other colors to be the shining colors in this. Also, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you go and subscribe and tap that notification bell so you get notified every time I'm doing something crazy, or maybe not as crazy, and you get notified every time there's a new video. And also leave me a comment and leave me a like, guys. It really helps my channel, and it really helps me bring some more fun, educational or inspiring or just plain random stuff to you guys. Okay, so here I have a different angle for you guys so you can see how the resin kind of falls. I have sped all of this up because otherwise you'd be watching this for hours. Honestly, I could actually watch this for hours. I just love watching the resin flow like that. But these are the vibes we're at the moment. Like I said, I mean, this is in my regular palette, you guys. This isn't usually the colors I work with, and obviously, had I picked colors, I would have probably not chosen the blue, the bright blue and the bright pink together. So yeah, this is the vibe. Let me know what you think. So the plan here is that I'm going to keep pouring until obviously I've run out of my resin. Hopefully I've mixed up enough, but also until we're kind of at the top of the silicone mold, the ball mold at the bottom. Now, another thing I want to point out is that previously when I've done a vase like this, I have used the fast cure resin. I've used the Jade Addiction Officials 4-hour demold resin, just because if you want your patterns to stay kind of the way you pour them, you do want your resin to start thickening up in a technique like this. However, in this case, I have just gone ahead and used the regular resin, only because it is an extremely hot day when I'm filming this, and my resin is already starting to thicken up. Like, it is It is actually super hot today, and I was conscious of that, and I didn't want to go with a fast cure because with a large amount of resin like this, and especially the large ball at the bottom, I didn't want to take any chances with flash curing. So when in doubt, obviously improvise based on where you are and the weather conditions. But if you have an ambient temperature, then I would probably choose a fast curing resin for this. Okay, so all of my resin is now on there. This is what it's looking like. It is going to move and flow still because obviously the resin is still quite fluid, even though it has thickened up. But what I'm going to do now is use some isopropyl alcohol and pop some of the bubbles that are on the ball. And I'm going to probably spray a tiny amount on the vase. I'm not going to do too much on it simply because I do not want the resin to thin out. I do want it to stay thick. And what I did go ahead and do is add my logo detail at the bottom of the ball.
The next day.
Okay, so it's the next day. I took off the vase and put that on the side on a coaster, which has created this lip, which I actually quite like. I mean, I think it gives it a nice sort of definition. So this is what the vase is looking like, and I am gonna have to go on the inside and touch that up, but I'll show you more of that later. But the most excited thing for me right now is to unmold that ball because I honestly have no idea how that's gone. So here goes. So this is what the bowl looks like. Now, to finish these, for the vase, I spray painted a metallic blue on the inside, and because I'm not absolutely in love with the ball, I think I'm going to do that as well, just to match it a little bit. And finally, this is what these look like. This is the ball, and I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this one, you guys. This is not my usual palette. This is not usually what I would do, but I just have to say I had so much fun filming this video. It was fun not knowing what colors you're gonna get, and it was kind of exciting. So absolutely give this a go and let me know if you would have done something different in the comments, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.